as across-the-board tariffs on the rest of the world take hold.
The United States will implement reciprocal tariffs on other nations.
The costs of the ingredients and the packaging of some of your favorite supermarket products are likely to lead to higher prices. One strategy consumers are using to get around soaring costs: bagging top quality brands and going for quality value instead.
I have had this item. Their cottage cheese is the best cottage cheese in my opinion.
A new report from Nielsen IQ reveals private label sales grew globally by 4.3% last year, with more than half of the survey respondents saying they're more likely to buy generic products than ever before. A big reason, those private labels are 26% cheaper on average than their name brand alternatives. But consumers also believe they're good products.
That stigma around private labels being solely a cheaper option, a value option, is kind of eroding.
Retailers are noticing and capitalizing on the trend.
If you guys are not looking for that Good and Gather brand, I'm telling you, they have some good stuff there.
In March, Target announced a partnership with the James Beard award-winning chef to release a new line of frozen foods under their Good and Gather brand. Grocery retailer Kroger recently adding new items like salad kits and Kroger brand tortilla chips. And membership warehouses like Sam's Club and BJ's are expanding their brand labels as well. Costco fanatics literally wearing the Kirkland label on their sleeves.
I feel so complete.
Retailers repositioning by rebranding those unbranded products.
What does that tell you about the state of the consumer?
I think it tells us that consumers are more open than ever before to a brand, regardless of where that brand comes from. They're looking for something that meets their needs.
So everyone's been talking about the Trump tariffs. Will that make these in-house brands more expensive too?
Yeah, the private labels are just as subject to the tariffs as the big name brands. So one example is that if a company, for example, imports avocados from Mexico to make packaged guacamole, well, yeah, the private brand that makes it would just get as expensive as the name brand itself. And I want to remind everyone that there are also those steel and aluminum tariffs, which would make packaging, right, cans and also any sort of other types of canisters more expensive as well. So it could be across the board. Although, again, generally speaking, those private label brands tend to be over 20% cheaper than the name brands.
And oh, by the way, the private label brands, you can rarely tell a difference anyway. Like
yeah, the colors will be the same too, right? It'll be like a red box next to a red box. So sometimes people just buy it out of confusion. But
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.